Well, now, a little earlier, Krishnan spoke to the Conservative Chief Whip, Michael Gove. He began by asking him whether it's true that the rich will get more from the proposed tax cuts than the poor.
I don't think it's fair to say that the rich will get more out of them, because in some cases there will be people who are poorer who will be taken out of tax entirely. And I think it's absolutely right that we should concentrate, and have done over the course of the last 4 years, on making tax cuts which help take people out of income tax altogether. And they're the people who benefit. But the other people who will benefit from this tax cut, the people whom you talk about as the rich, are those people who are currently on around, between £40,000 and £50,000. These are people who are, for example, heads of department in schools, or senior nurses, or senior police officers. They're not rich by any stretch of the imagination.
No, but people on £100,000 are, and they'll get tax cuts of several £1,000s. I thought we were strapped for cash and we had to slash benefits because we don't have any money left.
Well, firstly, we are strapped for cash, and we do have to make sure that we bear down on the benefits bill. Secondly, we made sure that the wealthiest pay more in tax. Taxes on the rich are higher now than for almost all of the time that Labour was in power. And on top of that, to help the very poorest, we're increasing the minimum wage to an unprecedented level, and we're making sure that more poor people are taken out of tax altogether. And critically, the most important thing is we generated 1.8 million new jobs.
If you're earning less than £10,500 a year, though, there's nothing for you today, is there, except welfare cuts?
No, because you will be, depending on the job that you do, benefiting from an increase in the minimum wage.
You went into this week with a choice, and you've chosen to cut taxes for very wealthy people earning £80,000, £90,000, £100,000 a year, while slashing benefits. That's the choice you've taken.
No, that is a brilliantly phrased but inaccurate caricature.
What's inaccurate about it?
That we've said that. Well, we're going to make sure that all of those who have to bear a share of the burden do it. As I explained earlier in the interview, then taxes are higher for wealthier people than they were for most of the last government. And at the same time, yes, we are bearing down on benefits, but we're also critically cutting taxes for poorer people.
Now, you're saying this tax cut is going to cost about £7 billion. That's going to be paid for by cuts, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, so does that mean the school's budget will be cut in the next Parliament in order to help pay for this tax cut for people on £80,000, £90,000, £100,000 a year?
The NHS, which is David Cameron's personal priority, will be protected. Right. As for other government departments, the precise arrangements for those government departments will be announced in the weeks and months to come.
Now, you've had a couple of defections on your watch as Chief Whip. Are you sure there aren't any other MPs who are about to defect today?
To the best of my knowledge, no one else is due to defect. Absolutely no. But as I said
your knowledge, to be fair, wasn't
earlier,
that good about the other two, was it?
Well, I didn't know that Douglas Castle was going to defect. That was a complete surprise. With Mark Reckless, I feared that he might. Now, if people are prepared not to tell you the truth, one can't know. But the most important thing is whether or not there is an individual who might or might not decide to join UKIP, and there are individuals every day who are thinking about different political parties and different political choices across this country. The most important thing is to make a pitch and an argument for everyone's votes, and that's what David Cameron did successfully today.